Hey everybody, how's it going? So tonight we are discussing one battle after another. One of the best movies, in my opinion, of the year. I went into this movie not expecting much. I've heard good things about it, but watching the movie, only saw it once, but watching the movie and just the thing I could take away from it is the performances. There's not one bad performance in this movie. Everybody gives you a great performance. It's a very good story. It's a very simple story, but the performances are really good in this movie. I kept comparing it, or like the tone kind of reminded me of No Country for Old Men. Not different movie, but just the tone of it for whatever reason. I kept thinking of the tone. It just kind of hit me. It's just comparison to it, but like um, I really, really thought Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously, no surprise, was really good in there. Sean Penn as Connor Lockjaw. That's going to be a guy that's going to be nominated for some Best Supporting Actor. I mean, the guy was phenomenal in this movie. No surprise, but Sean Penn. It's been a while since I've seen a Sean Penn movie, but he was really, really good in this movie. So highly recommend if you want to see a Sean Penn performance. This is one of those classic ones. Benicio del Toro, I thought he was good. His performance was really good, but like just felt like he was just there, just serving a role. But overall, he was good. He was funny in some scenes. I love the scenes with him and Leonardo DiCaprio where he's trying to get out of the car, and just the way it was, executed was pretty funny. And then I like at the end where he was like just throwing out some trash. I thought that was pretty funny. The movie does have some really good comedy stuff in there with Leonardo DiCaprio and the him arguing with one of the guys over the phone and that whole thing. Um, Regina Hall and Tiana Taylor, I thought were both great. I think Tiana Taylor was in the beginning of the movie, who was Leonardo DiCaprio's character Bob or Pat's partner or girlfriend. The first half of this movie I thought was just excellent. It was you couldn't stop watching. You just wanted to know what was happening, the whole revolutionary thing that they were doing, and how things was just happening, and just it lives up to the title, one battle after another. Um, and then I thought a new actress to me, Chase Infinity, who played Willa Ferguson or Charlene. I thought she was great as well for somebody who I don't really know much about as an actress. I thought her performance was great. I really like the scenes where she's just get caught up in this whole thing between like the military coming after her dad's trying to rescue her, and this whole thing that happened throughout the entire movie. I will say, I think the only thing I can say is negative towards the very end. You kind of felt like the runtime, maybe for me, it felt like they just wanted to give it epilogue. Probably butchering the name, but like just giving you an explanation of what each character are doing after the whole fallout with what happened throughout the whole movie. Overall, this movie's great. I'm definitely gonna give it a second view when it comes out because this is one of those movies I keep thinking about and felt like I missed some stuff that was going on or stuff that I could have seen in the beginning that maybe could have see it coming in the beginning or just something along those lines. I just felt like there's more of this movie that I can probably take more of when I see the second viewing. But overall, my score for this movie is a 9 out of 10. It's a great movie, one of the best movies of 2025. If you're complaining about movies aren't being that great this year, I feel like the fall movies have really stepped it up a notch like they normally do. Highly recommend for anybody to check out this movie, worth the watch.
I don't want to go next. Somebody else can go. I don't want to. I don't want to go next.
All right. Well, just a heads up, since I didn't realize we were doing the original format. I'm just gonna go and wing it. So one battle
My
after
bad.
another,
Sorry, it's been a while since I've done, so I forgot we changed the whole format. My bad. Sorry.
and it's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. We can. I mean, we can do
If you want
this.
to just jump in and talk, that's fine too. It's been a while since I've been on here.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right then. So one battle after another. I was actually really looking forward to this movie, especially seeing how I really like a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson's films. You got Boogie Nights, you got Punch Drunk Love, and I did enjoy Licorice Pizza. So for what it is, and I was really looking forward to this movie. I've been hearing so many great things about it, and despite the fact that AMC is trying to make the trailer the next Quiet Place Day One, and I'm sure maybe John will pretty much agree with that. No, you're muted. You were muted, so I couldn't hear what you said.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it as much. I mean, I saw it a bunch of times, but not nearly as much. Like, Speak No Evil still takes the cake for me. That one was, I was
Okay.
fucking inundated with that goddamn trailer. But One Battle After Another wasn't great either.
Yeah, but One Battle After Another, it was one that I mean, though unlike Quiet Place Day One, I wasn't really annoyed because I was still looking forward to this movie. So, and I will say that I went to go see it. I think I saw it last week. I want to say, yeah, I think it was last week. And it did not disappoint. I will say that it did not disappoint. The actors, they all do a great job. Leonardo DiCaprio, I mean, he's a great actor. What can I say? I mean, then again, it's kind of a no duh situation since he's literally good at anything. You know, he could pretty much be taking a shit on. There could be a movie about him taking a shit, and he'll still pull it out in a great performance. So, and then you got Regina King. She does a great job. Sean Penn. Everyone does give their A game. I was actually very intrigued with how the movie is. I was very intrigued on where the story was going, where things were going. It kept me on the edge of my seat. Even though it's like a 2.5-hour movie, I honestly never felt the runtime with this movie. So I was just on the edge of my seat the whole time. And it did have some cool action, and it did have like a interesting story about letting your past come back to haunt you, kind of thing. So I thought it really worked in that regard. And it did pretty much. And I will agree with Rome that it did seem like it was kind of having that Coen Brothers kind of vibe, you know, with No Country for Old Men kind of thing. But I mean, that's not something. But then again, Paul Thomas Anderson does seem to have those kinds of Coen Brothers kind of vibes, especially if you watch There Will Be Blood. You know, so I would say, and I honestly think that this is just a really great movie, very well made. To be honest with you, I really can't think of any positives, not positives, any negatives or any mixed things. I would say that this is just an excellent movie. In fact, I could pretty much see this being in my top 5 of the year. So we'll see how that goes, though. But I would say this is definitely a movie you should give it a watch, especially if you're a big Paul Thomas Anderson fan. So, and with that, I guess we'll just go ahead and give our score. My score is a perfect 10 out of 10. So, excellent movie. Go watch it.
So for me, my history with Paul Thomas Anderson is a rather quick one. I have only seen 2 other films of his. The first one I saw was Inherent Vice. I saw that in the theater. I thought it was absolutely fucking garbage and I hated it. And then I saw Licorice Pizza and I thought it was like okay. That's kind of it. I haven't seen any of his other movies. Maybe they're better than these. I don't know, but I feel like I have like an ongoing thing with Paul Thomas Anderson that I'm probably not gonna like any of his movies because if the 3 that I've seen are anything to go by, I don't think he's the man for me because I felt One Battle After Another. I did not buy into the hype. I did not buy into the excitement. I was curious about it. All the trailers were pretty good, and I like the cast. But once I saw the film, I was rather unimpressed with it. I did not really I was not very engaged for most of the running time. Well, first off, the acting, what I like to start I mean, everyone does a very good job. Like, I really like Chase Infinity. She was probably the best character throughout the whole movie. She had the closest thing to an actual character that anybody had in this movie. Leo DiCaprio, yeah, he's fucking fantastic and everything. And then Teyana Taylor was, she was there, I guess. She was in it for like maybe like 20 minutes, but like she was there, I guess. Then Benicio del Toro, also excellent. Again, the man, oh, even in garbage like Last Jedi, he's always delivers a great performance. So yeah, he was great. But yeah, Chase Infinity was definitely the best part. Like she was the character like I liked the most. I was intrigued with the most. Um, she had like the closest thing to an actual arc in this movie. And I was like, when other shit was going on outside of her character, I'm like, hey, can we go back to the other chick? Like, I just wanted it to be about her. Like, I couldn't give less of a flying fuck about any of these fuckwads. I just cared about her. I'm like, more her, please. She was great. And with that, that kind of feeds into my one of my biggest problems with this movie was the fact that everyone in this movie is not a character. They're an archetype. They're one dimensional, paper thin, and are just there. It's just like here's a thing, and they just do that for the whole movie. There's no character arcs, there's no development, there's nothing. You're just given this archetype of this thing, and you're like, here, there you go. And there's not, I was not engaged with what was going on. I was not engaged with where these characters were going because they didn't feel like characters to me. They felt flat as a board and just like kind of nothing to me, or like a stereotype. Like Teyana Taylor was just a walking black stereotype, and I'm like, okay, cool, I guess. And then she fucks off the rest of the movie, and it's like, okay, there we go. There's that. And then you just, and the whole thing of like one battle after another, it's just kind of like you're just kind of dealt with this thing kind of going one after another, and it's just like, oh, okay. Sean Penn, I don't mind a mustache twirling villain. I like a good basic I'm evil for the sake of evil villain. And I'm like, okay, cool, maybe. But like once like the boner thing happened, I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm done. We're gone here. Um, I just felt that I feel like there was maybe an attempt at satire or a commentary with him, like, evil white man is evil kind of thing. Evil, militaristic conservative white guy is evil. And it just like, again, it's just like a really stupid stereotype to me. And I just felt that he was just kind of boring, and like I didn't really care about his plight with the fucking Illuminati fucking horseshit that was going on later in the movie, or the fact that like Chase Infinity was his real daughter or whatever. I just didn't really care. But like it's just, the problem is because like they're really good actors, and they gave, with what little they are given, they try their best. And you know what? I will give them that. The acting was good. It's just the writing for them fucking sucked to me. Like I was not engaged with what little paper thin characterization there was. And then with that, I maybe because of I was not engaged, like I felt the plot was basic but not bad. It's just this guy is going through this thing trying to get his daughter back, and then like other shit happens and things go on, and then it ends. It's like it reminds me of this old video that I found years ago. He's like, so the entire movie is you're waiting for something to happen, and then it doesn't, and then it ends. And that's pretty much this movie. But I felt that the plot was, it was just kind of there, and I felt it was decently edited, very poorly paced. It was almost 3 hours, yet it felt like 5. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep at one point, and I was just kind of, when it was not focused on Chase Infinity's character, I was just kind of bored out of my mind. I felt whatever themes that they're attempting here with like, Viva la Revolution and all that shit, it just felt like kind of, it's like, I get it, because it's just like, I don't know, especially with what's going on right now, I get it. Like he tried to make it like this timeless thing, and then it just kind of just didn't get there for me. Like I'm like, what I'm watching, like I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, PTA, my guy, I get what you're trying to do, yet you're not engaging me with the story that you're trying to tell here. And I just kind of was like, I'm like, I want to be engaged because it's an important thing. Like, having the power and just fighting back against the power and just having like this rebellion and all that stuff and like revolutionaries. I get it all. It's just, it just was not engaging to me. But on a technical scale, cinematography was good. Music was really good. I really liked that. And with that, like whether it's the soundtrack or the actual score, it was very good. But I'm honestly having trouble like remembering most of this movie because it just like it was one of those movies where it was like Jeremy Johns, I'm not going to remember this in T-minus 3 days. I've already forgot. So I was in like if I were to the biggest positive for me was anything with Chase Infinity's character. And it was a technically well-made movie. Like I can't deny the fact like the acting was good and it was technically well made outside of maybe the pacing. But for the most part, I was rather unimpressed and I kind of don't really get the hype with this one. Maybe because, Paul Thomas Anderson is such a legend and a lot of people love him that they're like, we got to give him all the love. And that's fine. Like if people are into it, that's cool with me. But for me, it just kind of majorly fell flat on a lot of areas in terms of its themes, its satirization, its characterization, the story, just kind of everything. Even though it's supposed to feel like this timeless thing of like people fighting back, it just kind of felt dated and past relevancy, even though it's literally going on right now. But yeah, I was not very engaged with this one, unfortunately. But yeah, I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. Like it's okay. It's not even close to the best I've seen all year in terms of quality or what I was entertained by. So, oopsie daisies.
Before we cut to Devon's, I just want to say one thing. If I had a nickel for every time highly acclaimed director with the last name Anderson that John feels indifferent about, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that happened twice.
I guess so. But to be fair, I do like Wes Anderson more than Paul Thomas Anderson out of the filmography I've seen because Grand Budapest Hotel I did love. So there is that. But if I had a nickel, I am going to include this one thing. Because I put this in my original review on Letterboxd. I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Rob. If I had a nickel for every overly long Leonardo DiCaprio movie that was almost ruined for its absolutely horrendous and abhorrent pacing, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Anyway, let's go on to Devin before I filibuster for a little bit too long.
Wow, talk about a throwback. Doing it the old way. Okay. This was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I do love Paul Thomas Anderson, at least from the stuff I have seen from him. I love Boogie Nights. I love There Will Be Blood. I love Punch Drunk Love. Yes, I know. The guy who infamously doesn't like Adam Sandler likes Punch Drunk Love. Who would have thunk? But yeah, I was really excited for this movie. It had a great cast, the trailers. And Regal, you were also a victim of this, playing that trailer all the time, just like AMC did. It was at a certain point where every single thing from that trailer was just burnt into my head. Oh, my friends are here. So is that a he or a she or a they? It's not that hard. They, them. Wait, say it before you go. Love you, Bob. Love you too. Because every movie I would go to, that trailer would play. And it was starting to remind me of Speak No Evil. I'm like, enough. I'm excited for this movie, but Jesus Christ. But still, regardless, I was really excited to see it. And after I did, good old Paul Thomas Anderson does it again. He delivers another banger. And this is one of my favorite movies. This is easily one of my favorite movies of the year. It made the top 15. You guys hear that? I'm hearing like some kind of noise in the background.
I'm hearing like crickets or something.
There we
That's
go.
me. That's me.
Damn, the crickets aren't impressed with my review. Okay. But this is easily one of the best action movies of the year. Acting all around is fantastic. Anderson, he gets great actors in his movies. They know how to pull off good performances. Like, even if it's an actor I don't like, he still gets a good performance out of him. Like, I don't like Mark Wahlberg. He was fantastic in Boogie Nights. I don't like Adam Sandler. He was fantastic in Punch Drunk Love. But here, like, I liked all the actors they got in this movie. DiCaprio was fucking DiCaprio. That dude's always great in everything he's in. And 2 years ago, he was in Killers of the Flower Moon, which, damn it, give me my Blu-ray of that movie. He was fantastic in this. He was fantastic here. Chase Infinity, she was great as Willa. Tiana Taylor, for her little bit of time she was in, she was great as Perfidia. I don't know how to say that name. It's way too long. Benicio del Toro, he's great as Sergio. And then we have Sean Penn as our villain, Lockjaw, or as I like to call him, Colonel Cuck. Okay, let's face facts. That dude was a cuck. He went black and he didn't go back. But he was a great villain. Like, I just love a good villain that's evil for the sake of evil. I do disagree with John. The characters did go through arcs in this movie. There were good themes here, like what Rob was saying about the past catching up to you. Like, even as much as you try to forget about it, it still sneaks up on you. Like Bob, he wanted to get away from that lifestyle so he can raise his daughter. And thanks to the deal that his ex made with Lockjaw, it comes back. And now he's gotta deal with the consequences that he did some fucked up shit. And now one of his loved ones is paying for it, as well as people he used to consider his friends. And I do also love the big twist that that Willa was Lockjaw's daughter. And it's like the whole thing, like Yondu said, like, he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy. Like, I love that moment. The action all around is fantastic. It's like there's so many awesome action scenes in this movie. Like, I loved the big chase scene at the end, like when they're all they're going up the hills. Like, that was awesome. The music, the soundtrack here is a lot of fun. Like, ever since I saw the movie, I had "Ready or Not" by the Jackson 5 stuck in my head. Like, I'm at work and I'll randomly just sing that song. And if there is something I do need to deduct, at least 1.4, this is where I will agree with John here. I did feel the movie was a bit too long, and I did feel the runtime. And that's an issue I had, not just with recent movies in general, but I've had this issue with Paul Thomas Anderson as well. I don't know if this will get me lynched. I didn't care for Magnolia. I mean, I enjoyed it, but the big thing that hindered my enjoyment of that movie was I'm just gonna say it. That movie was a fucking slog to sit through, and it had no reason to be 3 hours. So, any Paul Thomas Anderson fans watching this? Come at me. I can handle it.
Devin, I literally just said that the movie that everyone's been sucking the dick of for the past month and a half sucks. I don't think you're gonna get worse than me at this point, buddy.
I don't know if I don't know. I guess if you're going down, I guess I'm going down with you. But yeah, I did feel the movie was a bit too long. Like there were a lot of sequences. There's like, come on, like can we speed this up, please? Like when he's walking around the building, and Sergio's hiding all the immigrants, just going around the building, like going through this room, going to that room, and that same piano loop is playing. It's like okay, this could have been trimmed down. And same with like the opening prologue. I get what they were doing, but I felt like that went on for a bit too long. But it didn't destroy my enjoyment for the movie. Like I would still say like this is easily going to make my best of the year list. And I'm happy I saw this instead of another shitty Strangers movie. Like I watched some cinema. I didn't watch a god-awful slasher movie. But this is one of the most fun movies I've seen all year. I would easily put this up there with Punch Drunk Love and Boogie Nights as my favorite movies from Anderson. I haven't seen all of his movies. I do plan on doing that like soon. But I stand by, this is one of my favorite movies of the year. And go check it out in theaters. And I'm going a very, very high and strong 9.5 out of 10. A 9.5 out of 10.
My review isn't going to be nearly as long because, I didn't write mine, so I'm just kind of going to go through basically. Expectations. It's a PTA film, and I love PTA. I haven't seen all of his films. Actually, there's a lot of them I still need to see. The Master, for one. I still need to see The Master. But I mean, Boogie Nights, Licorice Pizza, loved them. Great. So, I mean, yeah, I expected it to be great, and sure enough, it was. So I mean, yeah, it lived up to my expectations. So I didn't really know what to expect. It was kind of a weird plot, I mean, if you look, it's kind of hard to find a common theme in his movies. Like his movies always just so different. I mean, but his movies just seem so different. One thing, but I mean, it's very varied filmography, but. So I expect it to be great, but I didn't know exactly what to expect in terms of story because the description of the story was just so odd. A revolutionary comes back after 16 years and was kidnapped daughter after our old enemy comes back. Like, okay, like what the hell? But I mean, I thought it worked extremely well for what it was. Very dark comedy. I think the guys are right. It does really feel. Rob had a great point there. It does really feel like a Coen Brothers film in a lot of ways. And that it has a lot of that dark comedy in there. And I love the characterization. I disagree. I thought the characterization was fantastic. Leonardo DiCaprio is this aging, over the hill, the most incompetent revolutionary on the face of the earth. I thought he was absolutely hilarious. He was fantastic. But I mean, the characterization was really good. The acting was really good. I especially enjoyed, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio was great. Sean Penn as Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw was absolutely out of this world. He was fantastic. He's like Sean Penn puts his all into every single performance. I said to the girl I'm seeing now, I said that I told her that Sean Penn is he's like a character actor in a main role. I mean, you don't often see leading actors like him who are just that good as like what you normally would associate with a character actor. Some kind of smaller actor who tends to get bit parts who just kind of transforms and absorbs themselves into every role. But I mean, Sean Penn does that. I mean, he just became this character, even down to the point of his walk. If you notice his really funny looking walk, as if he has had a leg injury or something, or if he just, but I mean, so even down to his funny looking walk, so, but So Benicio del Toro as Sensei Sergio St. Carlos, he was really fantastic. Is almost like a God, I can't think of the name of him. Almost like a Steven Seagal type character, except not an asshole, and he can actually act. So, yeah, he was fantastic in this. He was really funny. I mean, obviously, you had a lot of allusions to current day issues such as immigration, kind of the idea of a shadow government, a kind of shadowy organization behind the scenes of immigration and revolutionaries and everything. So you had a lot of allusions to current day issues, but it's all done very kind of tongue in cheek, So I thought the themes worked really well for what it was. So, but yeah, I thought it was fantastic, honestly. Teyana Taylor was really good for what little she was in there, really. But Regina Hall, of course, and the girl who Chase Infinity, who played Willa Ferguson, his daughter, although he wasn't, but I thought she did really fantastic. I thought her character arc was the real character arc here. Hers and Bob's, that was the real story here. Because the whole idea of parenthood. So I disagree that there was no real character development here. I thought there really was. But pretty much, honestly, overall, as far as mixed or cons, I honestly don't really have any. It kept me interested with the humor, really kept me into it the whole time. There were times I was sitting there rolling. I thought it was really funny, really engaging. It's a really great story. Honestly, the acting really kept me involved. So honestly, this was one of my favorites of the year. So yeah, I had this as a 10 out of 10. And that's my review. You're welcome. You're welcome, America. So
Not
how
now.
about those Jets? So how about those Jets?
They suck. Just like the Giants.
But what else is
Ready
there?
or not?
What? I was going to say,
Here I come.
wait a minute.
Cute man hide.
Wait a minute. What kind of jets are we talking about? Airplane jets, fighter jets? What kind of jets?
The green
AJ, the jet
ones
plane?
that stink.
The Jets are what, 0-4?
I think so.
I don't remember.
No comment.
Anyway.
Do you have anything else to say about
further
this?
thoughts? I don't
Yeah,
really
anything
know
you
what
wanna
else to say.
What I know. What would you guys say is your favorite? Well, John said that he wasn't really impressed with the other Paul Thomas Anderson films he's seen. But what, for the rest of you, what would you say is your favorite Paul Thomas Anderson film? Like
Punch Drunk
overall?
Love.
Boogie Nights.
I do love Boogie Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Boogie
Although
Nights.
I did enjoy Licorice Pizza as well. So
I still got to see that one.
I would say Boogie Nights.
Yeah. What about you, Mark?
You're muted, dude.
Sorry, Boogie Nights. Yeah, Boogie Nights.
Ah,
Boogie Nights is my favorite. Although I've heard The Master is really, really good. I've heard The Master is really good. So
I enjoyed The Master.
yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about that film. So, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
I'll still never forget I'll still never forget the scene from Boogie Nights when wait, John hasn't seen the movie.
I don't care.
Where when William H. Macy it's the New Year's Eve party and he kills his wife and one of the guys she's cheating on him with, and then he fucking blows his brains out.
Hilarious.
Like when I first saw that scene, because I first watched it I think 2 years ago, And that was when I was doing my 1001 movies, starting my 1001 movies binge.
Mhm.
And mind you, when I do these watches, I don't look up the plots. I go into them blind. And I wasn't expecting that. So I guess you could say that reveal blew me away.
Get out.
You will love my puns, John.
No.
Come on.
So, do we have anything else we want to say about this movie? So let's go see it.
Don't go see it.
Once again,
Okay,
John
you
is
get out.
the most
I mean,
harsh
I don't want to hate
review I've
it,
ever
but
seen.
like, I just was not.
Yeah.
I was bored throughout most of it.
I'm
Like, I just,
John.
Why
I'm
would you give it a
guessing.
6 out of 10?
Let
I
me.
mean, it's
Let
pretty
me.
good.
I'm willing to bet, John, that if we do our worst,
yeah, I mean,
of
I
the
didn't
year,
hate it. I was just.
well,
like,
I mean,
man,
No, I don't think it sounds more like a 5 out of 10 at the most. You know what you said.
it has.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that's like gets worse for as time goes. Like, because I originally gave it a 7, then went down to a 6.5, and then when I was ready to do the review, I gave it a 6, and now honestly, I probably give it like a 5.5, maybe a
Oof.
5.
oof.
But it just
Damn, it
it's
keeps
just
sinking.
like kind of
Ouch.
slowly getting worse.
Let me
as time goes on.
let me guess, John. When we do our worst of the year and you do your top 5 overrated films, let me guess, this is going to be on there, isn't it?
Probably, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the rest of the year has in store because I have my catch up month, and I have a couple bad movies on my catch up month. So we will
What's that a
see.
character for you?
Yeah. I mean, the only one I'm like seeing ironically is like War of the Worlds, but like, you know, that's I think gonna be funny at the very least. I can't believe my son is hacking the government.
Just watch one day out of the blue. John's gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna watch Hurry Up Tomorrow."
No, I wouldn't go that far. I don't even.
Or
watch
The
Weekend
Unbreakable Boy.
normally, let alone fucking no.
I will admit that movie sucks, but I did get some good laughs, not just for the Weekend's horrible acting, but the part where Jenna Ortega she's doing like this Patrick Bateman analysis to one of his songs, and she's just dancing around the room like a fucking moron. Like after watching that and watching Death of the Unicorn, like Jenna, sweetie, get a
better
sweetie,
agent.
get a better agent, please.
Him, her, and Dave Bautista. They need fucking better agents.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But I don't really have a lot else to say about the movie. I made all my points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
same
agreed
here.
because
Yeah.
I mean, it's a PTA film. I mean, so I mean,
Yeah.
if you're a fan,
if you like if you're a big Paul Thomas Anderson fan, you'll absolutely love this. If
Yep.
you're not, I would say maybe use caution. But I honestly I can't even say that I don't think I know anyone that really hates it or anything. Even John, he didn't hate it. He just was
it
like
had some
underwhelmed.
merit. Just meh.
You were just
Yeah.
underwhelmed. You didn't hate it, but it was just
Yes,
underwhelming.
not
to you.
I mean, you got
overwhelmed,
4
not whelmed,
very positive
underwhelmed.
reviews in one.
I said
negative. I mean,
underwhelmed.
Yeah.
now
I
you
know,
think a
I
negative,
was
just under
making fun- anyway,
disappointed.
I was making fun of something.
Alright, but
yeah, it's gonna do it for us, I guess.
Sure.
I guess that's it. So
Yeah.
sorry we don't have much else to say.
Yeah,
Watch the
Well,
movie.
what are we doing next?
The fact that me and Austin, the only people to do a Smashing Machine room, had more to say than 5 people doing a one battle after another review says a lot.
I mean, you and I had a lot to say when we did a long walk.
That is true.
I think it's because we
But that-
watched in the movie like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah, probably.
and it's
Yeah.
late at night that we're doing this too. I think it's just some of the elements.
Probably.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But what are we doing next?
That's a really, really, really good question.
Let me take a look at the schedule.
Next,
'cause
we
I
are
can't
doing
remember.
a
So that-
review for
Oh,
the
Lost Zone
second
2.
Scott Derrickson movie. Okay, I was doing like a whole
Like-
build up and
okay.
like The next review we are going to do the second Scott Derrickson film to come out this year with Black Phone 2. And it's going to be hosted by Devin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sadly, Mortal Kombat 2 got pushed back.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 2 is
Yeah.
late to next year. So, but I mean, you'll still be hosting it, right?
Oh yeah, I'm hosting that definitely.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious about it. I'll skip the first one because I don't give enough of a fuck. But like,
That's a good.
Carl Urban and John Cage.
Either kill Uncle Young, or minimize the screen time.
You know they won't.
To be fair, he was barely in the trailer.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He was in the movie. He was in the trailer for like a frame, and that was it.
And that's how they trick you.
You know. However, yeah, I mean, and then you also have Street Fighter coming out, which is gonna be either really amazing or really terrible. But with how Chun-Li's ass is looking, I'm gonna be first in line.
Definitely got that ass.
I was gonna say, as long as you get Chun-Li right, then I'm down.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's it. Be with God or whatever the fuck how we end this shit.
All right, everybody,
Ow.
Okay then.
okay.
All right.
Peace.
Once again, we have brought light into the world. You're welcome, America.